Okay, so we're going to look at subtracting polynomials, which is just like adding. We have to combine like terms, but subtracting, we just have to make sure that we distribute or carry through this subtraction sign to everybody in that second polynomial. So brackets mean is that we're multiplying, and we have a negative out in front. So we need to multiply that negative through to both terms. The brackets here in that first polynomial, well, there's no sign in front, so we could give it a positive. And if we carry a positive through, absolutely nothing changes. So I'm going to write down all those terms with nothing changing, and those brackets are now gone. The negative in the second, I don't know if you recall from earlier grades, but a negative and this 4, which we could give a positive, seeing as it has no sign, a negative and a positive make a negative. So that's negative 4x squared. A negative and a positive make a negative, so negative 5. And then we can combine like terms. So I'm going to run my finger through the polynomial. I'm going to see if there's any other x squareds. And there is, right here. So 7 subtract 4 is 3. So 3x squared. Done with those. So if you want, you can cancel it out so it doesn't confuse you anymore. And then we have some x's. Run my finger through. Is there any other x's? There's not. So there's nobody to combine them with. And I can just write it down. Done with negative 2x. Then I have my constants. I have positive 1, negative 5. When I combine them together, that's negative 4. So here is my polynomial. So here's my final answer. All right, another example. Right. So nothing happens with the first polynomial. Everything changes, or everything stays the same. So I'm going to write it down exactly as I see it. It's that second polynomial where I have to carry the sign through. So a negative and this positive make a negative. A negative and a positive make a negative. And a negative and a negative make a positive. So now that I carried my signs through, I just have one long polynomial that I'll have to combine like terms. So going from left to right, I'm going to see if there's any other x's. There's another one. 5x subtract 3x is 2x. And then I'm done with those. Next is a negative 2. Is there any other constants in my polynomial? Yes, I have a positive 3. Combine them, and that's positive 1. There, I'm done with them. Then I have a negative 2x squared with nobody else to combine them with. So I'm just going to drop them down. And there's our final answer. So just as a quick review with those signs, I'm just going to make a little chart here off to the side. So just recall that a negative and a negative make a positive, and a positive and a positive make a positive. So a trick to remember that if signs are the same, they're positive. But if we have a negative and a positive, it's negative. Or a positive and a negative, it's negative. Different signs give us a negative.